Well, we knew it was a matter of time before the Trudeau government's upheaval was going to catch the attention of U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. CBC's Richard Madden is here with us from Washington with more on that. So, Trump has spoken. What is he saying?
Yeah, good morning. Well, you're right. Rarely do you see an American president, incoming or otherwise, weigh in on internal Canadian political drama. But welcome to Donald Trump's America, the sequel, where news of Trudeau's crisis made its way down to Mar-a-Lago, and Trump took new shots at both Trudeau and Freeland in a double-edged post. Now, Trump continued to troll Prime Minister Trudeau, demoting him to a state governor while delivering a personalized insult to Chrystia Freeland, who spent a big part of her political career as a trade minister brokering the NAFTA deal before moving to finance. Now, Trump posted, the great state of Canada is stunned as the finance minister resigns or was fired from her position by Governor Justin Trudeau. Her behavior was totally toxic and not at all conducive to making deals which are good for the very unhappy citizens of Canada. She will not be missed. Now, here is the context. The first Trump administration were not fans of Freeland, to put it mildly, during those tense NAFTA negotiations from 6 years ago. Trump and his team accused Freeland of being sanctimonious and difficult. In fact, Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, described Freeland as refusing to make substantive decisions at the negotiating table, but then she would go out and hold press conferences uttering platitudes. So, fast forward to today. Trump is using a familiar playbook by attacking Trudeau and Canada on trade with his renewed threats of a 25% tariff on Canadian imports. Take a listen to what Trump said yesterday in Palm Beach.
We lose a lot of money to Mexico. We lose a lot of money to Canada, tremendous amount. We're subsidizing Canada. We're subsidizing Mexico. That can't go on. And I get along with the people of Mexico and Canada very well, but we can't let that happen.
Now, it's worth noting Trump has not attacked Mexico's president, who is also vocally pushing back against tariffs, but Trump world views the Trudeau government as weak, and his conservative media ecosystem is amplifying that narrative. In fact, just last week, Trump dismissed retaliation threats by Ontario Premier Doug Ford, who said he would cut off energy imports into the northeastern states. Here's what Trump said when asked about it by CNBC.
Well, that's okay if he does that, that's fine, but the United States is subsidizing Canada. It's truly a subsidy, and we shouldn't have to do that, and we have a great relationship. I have so many friends in Canada, but we shouldn't have to subsidize a country, and we subsidize them for more than $100 billion a year, and we shouldn't have to be doing that.
So you've been noticing Trump keeps using the word subsidy, and it's also unclear where he gets that $100 billion figure from. But it should be noted Canada's biggest import to the U.S. is energy, and Canada's overall trade relationship with the U.S. is essentially balanced. Sometimes there's a deficit, sometimes there's a surplus. But still, if all this bluster sounds familiar, it's because it is. Back in 2018, Trump slapped tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, and both Trump and Trudeau discussed this dispute at the G7 summit in Charlevoix back in 2018. Watch this.
Our relationship is very good. We are actually working on cutting tariffs and making it all very fair for both countries.
So it was after that summit that relationship soured. Trump ripped into Trudeau, calling him very dishonest and weak when Trudeau tried to push back. Now, eventually, those tariffs were lifted. NAFTA was renegotiated, but that was then. And here we are 6 years later. Tariff threats are back on the table. NAFTA's up for renewal in 2 years. But this time, Freeland won't be involved, and it's unclear if Trudeau will be either. But one thing is clear, though. The incoming Trump administration appears to be watching very closely the chaotic politics north of the border, happening just a few weeks before Trump takes office and before he vows to slap those punishing tariffs as one of his top priorities.
CBC's Richard Madden in Washington. Thank you, Richard.
You bet.